Daryl Fairweather, the RedFin chief economist, because if you're in the market for a new home in a new city, maybe a new state, we've got the top 10 hot real estate locations in the U.S., 8 of which are in Florida. So Daryl, thank you for joining us here today. Tell us about, there's a trend here, 8 are in Florida, my home state, so I guess I'm happy about that. But what do these locations have in common?
They've all been migration destinations during the pandemic. The pandemic has made remote work possible for more people. It's also made early retirement possible for some people. And Florida has been getting a lot of that benefit, especially around the Sarasota area. It's a little bit more affordable than the eastern side of Florida, but still has beautiful beaches and homes that are still affordable.
Yeah, and I'm looking at some of these locations. A lot of them are retirement oriented, especially around Sarasota. I happen to have family who grew up there as a teenager. My cousin was not too impressed with the nightlife, but for somebody who's getting a little bit up in age or maybe even a little bit younger, what are the advantages of choosing a location of one of these places here?
A lot of the places on the list have natural beauty, being close to the ocean, or even on the eastern coast, there was a location in Cape Cod and one near Lake in North Carolina. So beauty is top of the list for people. Also warm weather in Florida, and then I think the Sarasota area is attractive because you're pretty close to the major cities of Tampa, but you have a little bit more of a suburban feel. You can drive to what you need, but you can still find an affordable home with great schools and everything that you might look for.
And what about some of these locations around the U.S., not in Florida, maybe you didn't make your list? Just what are some of the qualifications, not the qualifications, what are some of their features as well?
I mentioned Cape Cod, beautiful vacation destination. Purchases of vacation homes increased by 70% during the pandemic, or I should rather say demand for vacation homes. So people are looking to move somewhere that's really just a nice place to live, that's livable. Cape Cod is on that list. And also there was a lake town in North Carolina, but the rest were in Florida in the top 10. So Florida has all the beauty that people are looking for.
Got you. And no taxes. That really helps as well. But I'm just wondering, we're looking at home prices forecast on our screen right here. The latest numbers from the HPI, we're seeing home prices increase 18, 19% year over year, just some incredible increases. Is this having an effect on the supply demand situation that you're seeing from your vantage point?
There is more demand than there is supply, and that's been true for a long time. But now supply is down more than 20% from last year. Demand is just as strong as ever, and so all that demand results in just higher prices. We're hoping that next year there'll be more inventory coming online, that more people do decide to list. And once mortgage rates go up, that will put an end to this double-digit price growth, and we'll see price growth come back to earth. I don't think prices will fall, but I do think that prices will grow much more slowly by this time next year.
And you talked about supply, the dwindling supply, that there is a deficit. Is it marching in the right direction? I know that new homes especially were affected in this year, especially in the beginning of the year with labor shortages, supply chain problems. How do you see that working out in the current environment?
It's a kind of a half glass full, half empty situation. If you look at new listings compared to last year, new listings are down. But if you compare it to pre-pandemic levels, new listings are up. There's so much demand, though, that those new listings get snatched up right away. A quarter of homes sell in under a week. So even as new listings come online, I think that home buyers will still feel like there isn't much selection because all the homes that come on are just bought up so quickly that there's not much left when you're looking on a website like redfin.com.
Well, and you mentioned higher mortgage rates, and that would be because the Fed starts raising interest rates. That's because we're mired in price inflation. Prices are rising not only in homes, but the goods we eat and just about everything in our lives. I'm wondering how much of an effect is the fear of higher mortgage rates pulling forward demand, if you can quantify that in the current environment?
It's definitely pulling forward demand, but this has been true for a long time. I remember this time last year, I was talking about people moving up their home buying plans to get ahead of higher mortgage rates. But mortgage rates really haven't increased much in 2021. We think they're going to increase in 2022, and there are probably some home buyers still hoping to get in before those mortgage rates go up. So I think there's going to be an especially large amount of demand in January and February, even before the traditional home buying season starts in spring, because there are going to be early birds who want to take advantage of mortgage rates while they're still low.
and maybe driving up prices as well. We'll have to see. Leave it there. Daryl Fairweather, the Redfin chief economist, thank you for stopping by.